All right, welcome back. We're ready to start CAD 48. All right, CAD 48 is the switch base. Now that one's a little different. We're only going to do two views on this, okay? Once again, we use our template, okay? Make sure we got the right one. We'll check the layout. Layout's good. Go back to model. All right, once again, change to the object line. Now, we want the top view and the front view of this one, okay? So let's do the front view first, and I'm going to start with radius circles, okay? So, our first radius circle is going to be 1.875. And at the same center, we're going to do one that's 2.5. All right, now, I'm going to draw a rectangle. Okay, now my rectangle is going to be 5 by 7. And it's 5 tall, 7 wide. So bottom's going to be 7. Side's going to be 5. Okay, I want these two circles to be in the center of that. So I'm going to move them right here to the center. All right, I'm going to just grab this whole thing and move it back over closer to the origin here. All right, now all I got to do is trim. Boom, boom, boom. We're good to go. Now I want to go ahead and explode this because I may have to do some stuff later. So there we go. So there's our basic thing, okay? Now, this is the bottom. Now, the sides of this thing, we're going to come up 1 inch, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and offset 1. All right, so this is 7 and 7. Now, the centers of the two circles, if you look at it, it's 8, okay? So I need to offset this 0.5 and this 0.5. So offset 0.5. And the radius of those circles on the ends are going to be 1.25, so we're going to have to offset again 1.25. That gets our full width. Now once I've got that, I can extend these two lines all the way, and extend these two lines all the way, and then trim these two, and trim these off. All right, now these are going to be center lines, so let's go ahead and just change them to center lines before we trim them off, okay? And then we'll trim there and trim there, because those are the centers of our holes, okay? Now I'm going to leave those as is for now, but we are going to offset 2.5 because that would be the diameter of these round parts here. One there, one there. And offset 1.25 again. And we're just using that to trim between. And that will trim this off here. And now we can erase these two lines. There's our front view, except for some center lines, which we will need one here and one here. All right, so there's our front view. Now, we look at the top is what we're going to use so that we can get our hidden lines, okay? Remember I said like 1.5 away? We might go a little more to that because this is a pretty big drawing. So we're going to have to do it at a different scale. So that would be 1.5 around here. 1.5 inches around there. So let's go twice as far. Let's go 3 inches. All right. Wrong. Let's put that on the construction line layer. All right. So that's where we're going to start. Now, that's going to be the end of this thing. So this is just a line to kind of give us a place to start. All right. Now, I'm going to line it with this. Start here, and we're going to go back the full amount. So that would be 3 plus the 1.25, so 4.25. And that's my start spot. So I'm going to go ahead and get object line, pick, boom. Now I'm going to line it with this and bring it straight up. And then I'm going to come forward 3. Then I'm going to come over 2.5. And then that's where I'm going to put my radius circle. 1 there. Now I can trim off this like so. I'm going to grab that and mirror it to the other side. And once again hit no. Now this is going to offset 1.75 forward, so we'll offset 1.75. And then we're going to draw a line here and here. Now, do my fillet, right click, and the radius is 1.25. And there we go. Now, I'm going to draw me a center line right through here. And I'm just going to stop right there. Now I'm going to offset that 3.5 both directions, because 3.5 is half of 7. So offset 3.5. One this way, one that way, and I'm going to change those two lines to the object layer. And then I'm going to extend one that way and one that way. All right, so that's got my top view almost done. Now I need a 1.25 diameter circle in each of these centers. Definitely not on the center line layer though. There we go, 1.25. And I can just grab that, copy it to the center of that one. All right, I've got enough now where I can get rid of these helper lines. So I'll get rid of them. All right, so this line is going to go back 1.25. So offset 1.25. And that's going to be where this is at, okay? So we're going to take a line, we're going to start there. Now I'm going to just bring it up until I get my green X and then go back to there. And then I will trim this side off. Now I can grab that line and just mirror it. Remember to hit no and trim this side off. Whoop. Trim. Okay, the next one we're going to do is going to be this one. And it's going to start here and go to the back. And then we will mirror that one as well. Okay, so I can take this out, and there's those. Now I'm going to just grab right here, come across with the center line, and then I'll grab that, rotate, pick the center of the circle, copy, and away we go. And I can just copy that, the center of that one to the center of that one. Now we can get our hidden lines. And we'll just bring one down. We'll grab that. Copy. Pick the side of the circle. Okay, so our drawing is done. Now, we may want to go a little bit thicker, a little bit more of a spacing with those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go LTS, is set to 0.5, let's go ahead and go up to 1. That's a little better. Maybe we'll leave these two at 0.5. Remember how to do that, right? Go to Properties, Line Type Scale, 0.5. There we go. And then we can close this by hitting this X right here. All right, ready for dimensions. Okay, so we've already done these, right? So I don't need to do center marks. All right, and everything's 2 past the decimal, so we'll change that as well with our primary units. Go 2 past the decimal and hit OK. All right, so now it's time to document. And I'm going to start with my linears. Look how small that is, okay? So let's do this. Let's modify that. And let's go to our fit. And let's go ahead and knock that up to 2. Make it twice as big. That's better. Okay, now do another linear. All right, so that's got that. Now, radius, because it's not a complete circle, right? And diameter, because this is a complete circle. Then another linear. We're going to go from here to here and pop that right there. Now I'm going to grab this one and bring it out some. And then our last one. And then I'm just going to grab this and move it in between. Now that's still kind of crowded, so I'll move this one out a little bit more. All right, so that's got everything we need on that one, right? Almost. Almost. We do need one more radius right here. All right, so on the bottom, we'll do some linears. One here, and we'll move that in between. And another linear, it gives us the whole height. All right, now all we need is a couple of radiuses. One there, and one there. Now, remember we changed, I'm going to take this one, okay? Pick it once, right click, properties. I hit the wrong thing. There we go, properties. Must hit find and replace by mistake. Go to primary units, go to precision, and we'll change that one to 3 past the decimal. Now I've got my 0.1875 like I wanted. And that one is complete. Now, let's go over to our layout. That one's big. Double click, hit top. All right, double click in the gray. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit, pick this, go to properties. Let's go to custom. All right, 1-to-1 is obviously too big, right? Now we've got all these. That doesn't help us, does it? That's weird. So I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna right click on this. Okay, and I'm going to go to custom. All right, now I'm going to reset, and I'm going to put metric and imperial, and then we hit OK. Now, when I click this, see, 1-to-1, 1-to-2, 1-to-4, 1-to-5. See, I can. So that's an annotation scale. Now our custom scale, if I did 1-to-1, would not work. 1-to-2 does. Let's match those two so that our annotation fits on both. There we go. And of course we'll lock that. Center it up. Save our drawing. That'll be Cad48. All right, so let's take a look and see what we got. Go to print, do a preview. Looks pretty good. All right, so we'll turn that in. Once again, Cad48 layout 1 because it's on layout 1. We'll save that, and I'll see you guys in the next video.